Hola a todos, bienvenidos nuevamente a Terror RGB y a esta segunda parte de Alan Wake a cargo de Van.
Oli.
Vamos a continuar donde dejamos la partida anterior y antes que nada los invitamos a que se pasen por el canal y chusmen un poquito, y si les gusta o les interesa lo que estamos haciendo y las cosas que tenemos pensadas hacer, los invitamos a suscribirse o a darle like a los videos.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Hey, handsome. This is going to be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on. Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Lindo departamento.
Típico apartamento neoyorquino.
Pues lindo.
Sí.
What the fuck, este mueble. Mira, está clavado a la pared.
Sí, son muchos los muebles suspendidos.
Ve con Alice. Vamos a explorar un poco.
Por cierto, estamos estrenando chiches nuevos, así que nada. Nuestro mouse ya no hace más.
Doble clic.
Triple clic cuando tiene ganas. Y esperemos que el micrófono se esté escuchando bien. Pronto vendrá alguna que otra sorpresita junto con eso. Así que estamos muy contentos hoy. Dios.
Pastillas. Pero como no es un juego de terror psicológico de enfermedades mentales, creo. No se las puede
No
juntar.
sabemos de qué va todavía en realidad.
No sabemos.
Pero anda con Alice.
Ahí va, para que quiero ver si hay algún logro por acá.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall has necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire Tri-State area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow to keep up with the weather. Now, on the third day of the blizzard, the weather is not expected to clear up anytime.
Ups, ni me sé. Bueno, vamos con Alice.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
What the fuck? No,
Hola,
no,
Alice.
sobre la mesa de luz no, que son caras. Dios, qué lindo sería tener un mueble así, ¿no? Con las dos PC. Ya.
Hey,
Ve al estudio.
¿cómo vas a tener una habitación en tu propia casa cerrada con llave?
La caca fuerte.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Se cortó la luz.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on now, please.
Tiene mucho miedo a la oscuridad de la mujer.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and the magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
Oh. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
O sea que no
Come in,
está
Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stuckey's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to him all. You'll do exactly what I said if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lodge. There's a hole in the fence with a latch. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're going to meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid now. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Mr. Wake, you can get there through the cell corridor.
Mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up. I wasn't drunk.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Sigo sin saber por qué el café.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off. God knows I need my music. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a reported shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day is almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? No point in getting all worked up yet. The caller told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something forming in an abandoned car.
Mierda, que tiene fuerza.
Alan, el destructor.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week. You went now. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in my phone.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Sí, voy a poder bajar esa escalera.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, sir. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Mierda.
Pero señor, si no tiene la culpa de nada.
Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I stick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, sir. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake!
Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead. Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking? No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just... Understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm. Wait here.
¿Para qué es el café?
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You're my cabins. Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie. Okay, sure.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later? I think this is the form you wanted. And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here. Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak? Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know, I just don't want any trouble. Right, thanks.
Pobrecito, agarró una trampa de oso.
Uy,
ese sigue.
Freak me out? It's working. Haha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
¿Cómo llegó tan rápido Barry al pueblo?
Pero si en la última semana no sabe lo que pasó Alan.
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Want coffee?
This place is trying to kill me. I bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Lock the door when I leave.
Vamos a todo prendido por los dos. No sé qué.
Ya veo que ahora desaparece Barry.
O sea, el interruptor, viste, es el mismo para toda la casa, o sea. Los dos interruptores. ¡Oh, tengo revólver!
Pero no estaba desde antes ya.
Antes no tenía revólver, ¿de dónde lo sacó? ¿Le puedo ir a mostrar el revólver? No. ¿Qué carajo?
never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got good and bad at cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Ah, me falta una página.
I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Hi. What's your clear-cast plan like? My plan? We'll make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. Oh. No plan. Really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know. Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly. I'm going to check out the chronicles. And one of the bar contest judges, too. Well, that takes a different kind of constitution. Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise. Now, seriously, you're in pretty good shape. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman. That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning. But you're not taking part in the fishing contest? No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. No, I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun for me to worry about what I'm catching, you know? Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way. Well, Pat, that's kind of what you say.
Casi me caigo.
So you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
I won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my apartment. Believe me.
You bastard.
You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
Tampoco.
You never will. Right. You see.
Entretenido, pero no entiendo nada todavía. Dios. Todas las páginas que hay. Ok, otra.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Este juego me tiene bastante confundido.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found King True. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key. Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whoever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the master. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy. The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on. At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe. The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave.
Esta página que dice Rusty se muere está antes de que lo encontremos, así que no entiendo cómo se va adelantando la cosa. A lo que pasa.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
No. El perrito no. Así duro que está.
Ahora sí se murió más.
No entiendo.
Bueno, recién vamos por el segundo capítulo, normal.
Sí, pero ¿por qué encuentro manuscritos con...?
Pareciera ser tu novela.
Claro, pareciera ser como si estoy en la misma historia que creó Alan, pero es raro.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it. In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens. But she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
¿Cómo sabe? olvido que se esquiva con el shift y no con la barra. Hay una cueva allá. Yo voy a hacer los objetivos de que me pide el juego. Honestamente, buscar termos de café y páginas no...
Y las páginas sí son importantes.
Al parecer sí, pero... está abierto todo el mapa que no... Bueno. Se comió 6 balas el tipo ese. Ah, los perros. Un árbol de 66 metros que lo tumbó un rayo. ¿Qué carajo pasa? Ah, me alcanzan. Bueno, corre, Alan. La luz. Au. Tiene menos estado físico, tipo. También que es escritor, pero. Pasa. ¿Qué? No me dejaba avanzar. Balas y pilas y manuscrito.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
¿Qué onda con ese? ¿No se le va a fumar? Funciona un montón. Ni se ven las hachas. Bien, me estoy quedando sin balas. Se ve un manuscrito.
Yo también.
Está cerrado. Dios, ¿para qué son los cafés? Está bien. Esto marca el crecimiento de los árboles. ¿Viste? ¡Ey! Es el cazador del principio.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away. You can see them too? Of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I got a gun. Just keep that light steady on.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
¿Por qué sacaba esa conclusión?
stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do. Are you kidding? Give me the gun! No time for backfall.
Ah, me está jodiendo, deja de brillar con debajo del piso. Hace poco que duran. Vamos a buscar las cosas primero.
Me encanta el efecto de las bengalas.
Sigan secuestradores.
Sí.
Okay.
Pero ¿por qué sacamos esa conclusión? No entiendo.
O capaz literalmente la salvó a la chica. No sé, vamos a ver.
Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe. Better get ready. Let me on a suit.
Otra caja.
This is it, Wake. Last stand. 4 players here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're
¿Tengo
coming!
un café?
That's not how this goes. Give it the program, Wake.
Café, 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 café. Café. Ah.
Quédate cerca de él con las bengalas.
No, si las puedo dejar en el piso, nada más que no duran un carajo.
Y no.
La bengala más trucha que existe.
Pero van a venir de muchos, ya lo dije.
Sí. Pau. Yo le disparo con la imaginación, le disparo. Ah, ok.
Bengala, bengala.
Los termos de café me deben estar alargando la vida, me parece. De poquito.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were going to say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're going to bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript. She's going to suffer bad.
You touch her off.
Bien. ¿Qué carajo?
supuestamente en qué momento escribió, si estaba en crisis de escritor.
En la semana que...
En la semana que no recuerdo nada.
Sí. Creo que hay pintura amarilla acá.
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power, but I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Ni yo tengo el manuscrito completo.
Creo que ese es el punto.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
No lo puedo juntar ni nada. Se mira lo grande que son los lugares. Se supone que voy a tener que buscar todos los manuscritos así.
Yes.
Con un escritor que corre unos metros y empieza a tener... Mira. Dice que era un manuscrito. Por eso lo pisé. Es de los que hay.
Okay.
Claro, brillan solamente cuando la apunta con el linterna. Bueno, ¿cuántas había puesto el tipo?
Es que debe haber muchos. Ese sí es un manuscrito.
Me agarraba la pata el manuscrito. Solo piensen, güey.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
What the fuck, nos estamos acá adelantando la historia. En el televisor se lo ve a él escribiendo re sacado ahí en la cabaña. con una bengala y con... bueno. Ok. Bien. Habemos light.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Sí, un rifle de caza. Ahora sí estamos hablando en serio.
Pero una motosierra, really.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen out. It was very old. Obviously, it hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver through my spine.
Pintura amarilla, pintura amarilla. Ahora lo intenté. Marca acá la pintura amarilla.
O arriba de la tabla.
Ahí. Escucho una respiración. Se supone que me parece que a veces hay como cosas negras en el suelo. Antes pisé una. Trozos de oscuridad, no sé. Bueno. Pavonean atrás los tipos estos. Vamos a ver qué hay acá adentro. Uy, me hice bosta.
Ah, ahí está eso que decías.
Sí. Vamos a esperar un ratito a que se cure Alan. Esa no es una forma óptica de correr con un rifle de caza, Alan. LOL. Un elevador. Porra.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Okay.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Pero Barry se murió, ¿no? Más vida o termo combustible de escritor.
Combustible de escritor.
Sí, eso es el café, es el combustible de todo el que... Un escritor cuando empieza a escribir y no puede parar de tener idea, no se puede ir a dormir. Grandote. Vas a volar, hijo de puta. Uy, se la tanqueó.
¿Qué decía lo amarillo?
Darkness wears her face. La oscuridad usa su cara. Un tiro de rifle de caza equivale a 4 tiros de revólver. Esta copeta. Ah, no. Otro fusil de caza. Bueno. Y podemos subir acá. Y ahí... Ah.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the taken. No natural path had brought them here.
parece no hay más nada acá. ¿Ves? El juego completo te dice, anda para allá, pero después tenés otro camino. Antes estaba la cueva, no me metí, seguramente había un manuscrito ahí. Puede ser una cueva, bueno, vamos a hacerlo re gigante. Ah, empezamos. Está bien, cagones.
grandote, en serio.
Ver.
Parece una bengala.
Sí, por ahí que voy a... ¿Qué tiene? Se mete la motosierra
Por donde le quepa.
por donde está la oscuridad. Más espacios verdes. O sea, nos re adelantamos en los manuscritos, ¿viste? Leyendo los manuscritos te podés más o menos esperar lo que viene, pero me gusta que me sorprenda.
Y pero tendrá un sentido del por qué es así.
Sí.
Barry? Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door. Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on. I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Yo quiero salir de este bosque cuanto antes.
I have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
El manuscrito dice: Nightingale le dispara a Wake.
FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it, but it felt all wrong. Cold instinct, his posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
¡Qué quilombo!
is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
What the fuck?
O sea, digamos. Ahora,
Ah, sí, a la puerta.
nos reímos. ¡Ya se cansó! ¡Flash, corriste!
Con tanto café que toma y se cansa tan rápido.
Ahí viene. Abre. ¿Puedo manejar? Esto sí es divertido.
No te la esperabas, ¿eh?
Epa. El tema es que no les puedo hacer nada, ¿no? Muévete.
Los puedes atropellar.
Ah, puedo poner más intensas las luces. Con permiso, dijo la camioneta.
¿Vos decís? No.
Verga. Me estoy volviendo acá. Voy a pie. Puntería.
¿Tienes una bengala?
Por Dios, casi mucho me aguanta. Próximo es una bengala.
It was the kidnapper. You
Son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Let us horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. Not the Jimmy.
Yes, I get you. Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
La oscuridad controla los tomados.
Pero como los que toma la oscuridad, los controla la oscuridad.
Sí.
These birds are weird.
sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
If you and Mr. Wake come get
We'll be there in less than an hour. See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old
dear darling.
Good girl.
Bye, Kojima. Ese Kojima poniéndote Kojima cada rato, pero te pone Alan Wake.
Final del segundo episodio.
Bueno.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped. How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl.
Bueno, vamos a dejar el capítulo este acá. La verdad fue ese bosque de porquería. Al fin salimos. Así que bueno, veremos lo que pasa en el capítulo que viene.
Y si entendemos algo.
Sí, porque todavía no entendemos nada.
Lo más importante. Así que nada, esperamos que se hayan entretenido. Y si ustedes entienden algo, lo dejan abajo en la cajita de comentarios. Sin spoilers, por favor, porque es la primera vez que lo estamos jugando.
Sí.
Así que nada.
Adiós.
Hasta el próximo capítulo. Bye
Bye.
bye.